Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name's Natalie and I do videos on handbag reviews, unboxings, anything luxury related. So if you like that kind of content, I'd really appreciate if you could support my channel by subscribing. So in today's video, it will be a two-part series where we'll be talking about some of the YSL handbags that I love and some of the YSL bags that I absolutely hate or that I think are really ugly. And I just want to preface this by saying that these are just my opinions, my own thoughts. So please don't take offense if I say a bag is ugly and you own it or it's on your wish list. If you love it, you rock it and you wear it. I just wanted to do this video just for a bit of entertainment and also to share my thoughts on what I think are the best YSL handbags and what are the worst. Before we get started, I do just want to mention this necklace that I'm wearing. This is not sponsored or anything, but I just wanted to mention it because I know I will get a few of you guys asking me about it because it's so beautiful. I think it's so beautiful. It's a roller chain necklace and it's got a little padlock and a key attached to it. So these are removable. This is just like a little charm that comes with the necklace. And I think that this is so nice, especially with like a singlet or like a high neck top like this. I think it just stacks so nicely and I've been wearing this non-stop. Same with this watch here as well. So it is from a company called Sendre and they are an Australian company, a small business in Australia. I would highly recommend checking them out. I just love supporting small businesses, especially Australian owned businesses. So this is the company there, Sendre Australia, and it comes in this beautiful soft drawstring felt bag, and it also comes with beautiful packaging as well, so it's really beautiful for like gift giving. The pieces are all plated in 18 karat yellow gold and they're just absolutely beautiful, timeless but trendy. And yeah, this is I think this is the Isabel watch, which is so popular. This always sells out. I've got it in the gold face. I think it also comes with like a white face and a black watch face, so definitely check them out. I just love the simplicity of it. I do interchange this with my Apple Watch, so on dressier nights, on a night out, I do swap my Apple Watch with this bracelet just because it gives it a bit more of a dressy vibe. And yeah, I just love this necklace as well. It's so stunning. It kind of gives me of like Tiffany & Co vibes, but obviously in gold, not sterling silver. As I mentioned, this is not sponsored, but I just highly recommend and love all of their products. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So in today's part, I will be talking about 5 or 6, I think I have 6 on my list, 6 of the worst or ugliest YSL handbags that I think YSL offer at the moment. And I wanted to talk about YSL today because YSL is very much becoming one of the more talked about brands, just because some of the other brands like Hermes, Louis Vuitton and Chanel keep having price increases. A lot of people are gravitating more towards the mid luxury tier brands like Prada, YSL, Gucci, and I think that's completely reasonable, and I'm honestly doing the same as well. There's nothing really out from Louis Vuitton that I love right now, like even the new collections I don't love, and Chanel, their price range is just ridiculous. Like a medium classic flap from Chanel is 14,000 Australian dollars, which is just insane. So brands like YSL is much more, I guess, reasonable in a way, even though they are very expensive as well, like a few $1,000s for a handbag. They are much more reasonable than $10,000. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video and let you guys know some of the bags that I think are still worth it at YSL and some that I think you should avoid. In today's video, I'll be talking about the bags that you should avoid. And as I mentioned, I do have, I think 6 on this list. Then I wanted to mention, I do have my iPad here, so I apologize if I am looking down. I do have my notes and the pricing and all the details that I want to talk about, so I don't want to miss anything. So yeah, the very first handbag that I want to talk about from YSL that I think is really ugly. I know a lot of you guys love it. It's all over social media. It's a very popular bag from YSL, so I may be on my own with this opinion, but it is the YSL Lulu bag. So it doesn't matter what size, the small, mini, large, any size of the Lulu. I just really don't like the puffer look of this bag, or like in general, I don't like the puffiness of any bag. I know Louis Vuitton do the Cousin bag, which is that puffy LV monogram logo bag as well, and it's that puffy material, not puffy material, it's a puffy look. It's made out of leather, full leather, I think it's lambskin leather, and it's just that puffiness of it. I just don't think it looks luxurious. It looks very cheap. I just want to say, like, I apologize if you guys own this bag and love this bag. It's just my opinion, as I said earlier. I just don't think it looks luxurious. I don't like the look of it. It just looks, yeah, it's not my vibe. So yeah, the YSL Lulu is definitely a no from me. I'll never add this to my collection. You'll never see me wearing it, and I'm honestly certain that a lot of these bags on this list I 100% certain I will not be adding these to my collection. The next bag on this list is, I think it was a trendy bag. Like a lot of celebrities, a lot of influencers had this bag a few months ago, but I don't think it's as popular now. I know some people still have it in their collection, but I don't think it's as popular as it once was. And I think YSL tried to make it a really big thing by giving it to influencers and publishing it all over social media. And I just don't think it ever worked or it ever will work. And it's the iCare Maxi bag. So this gigantic leather handbag. Mind you, it's going to be extremely heavy, especially because it's made out of full leather. It's a giant bag. So once you put stuff in it, it's going to be like a big Santa sack that you can't even lift because it's so heavy with the leather as well. So I just think this is just too overpowering. It's like too much going on with all the quilting, the massive logo. I feel like the YSL logo is like this big. It's just like too much. It's too in your face. Talk about minimalistic and quiet luxury. This is like the total opposite side of the spectrum. If you want a big logo bag that is in everyone's face, then this is the bag for you. But I doubt a lot of people are like that, especially with the whole minimalistic look and trend these days. I just don't think the iCare Maxi bag is the way to go, and I just would not recommend it. Not to mention in Australia, it costs $6,500. So $6,500 for this big sack. I would rather just use like a big Coles or big supermarket shopping bag as a handbag. That's 20 cents versus this $6,500 handbag. This is in no particular order at all, but the third YSL handbag that I think is really ugly is also, I think, a really popular handbag. It's the college bag. I think this was really popular a few years ago, so I don't think it's talked about as much now, but it's still part of YSL's classic collection. And it's, yeah, the college bag in any size. I just don't like the look of it. I just don't like how it's got the chains, but then it's also got the top handle, and the top handle looks quite flimsy. It's like connected to two grommets or two like D-rings, and it just flops back and forth. And I just think the bag looks quite messy. It does look like a functional bag, but in my opinion, I just wouldn't be paying so much for a bag that looks messy. Yeah, the college bag retails for around 4,000 Australian dollars, and yeah, I just think you can get a lot more better bags out there if you want like that functional look. Even the Louis Vuitton Neverfull is a classic example of a really good bag that you can use for college. It fits so much in it, and yeah, I just think it looks a lot better than the YSL college bag. Also with the college bag, I just don't like the look of it with the chevron and the line at the front. There's something about it that just doesn't quite do it for me. It just looks quite like slouchy, especially in the large size. I know it's quite big and fits a lot, so it's quite functional that way, but it just looks quite messy to me. It doesn't look very structured, so over time I feel like it's going to lose its structure. It's going to look quite saggy and look even messier, so I just don't think it's worth the $4,000 in my opinion anyway. I'd rather go for something like the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, which is a lot more structured. You can still fit a lot in it, and it's a very classic piece, very clean look, and it's a lot more affordable too. Granted, it is canvas, but it is very durable. So yeah, the YSL college bag, no for me. So the next YSL handbag on my do not buy list, or my ugly list if you want to call it, is the Jamie bag. And when I first saw this, I just thought it was like a cheaper, tackier version of a Chanel handbag. It's kind of got the quilting to it, but it's all deflated and flat, so it looks really old and worn. And I think that's just like the aged calfskin leather they use, and that's probably the look they're going for, but I just don't think it looks very luxurious at all. I think it just looks very old, dated, very run down, even though if you buy it brand new, it will still look like that. Not to mention, this also costs around 4,000 Australian dollars. So as I was saying earlier, YSL is a more affordable option, luxury option, compared to brands like Louis Vuitton and Chanel. But even then, they are still quite expensive. So if you are going to purchase or spend a few $1,000s on a handbag, you have to be 100% about it. You have to love it. And the YSL Jamie just does not do it for me. So definitely a no for me. So the next YSL handbag is probably the ugliest of them all. Like, to be fair, the iCare is pretty ugly, but this bag from YSL is just extremely, like, every time I look at it, I just want to cringe. And it's the YSL Napa Puffer leather bag or something along those lines. I'll put an image on screen here, but it's kind of like the Lulu bag, but I feel like the Lulu is at least a little bit more structured with the quilts, the chevron quilting. Whereas with this Napa Puffer leather version, it just looks so saggy. It's puffy, but looks so slouchy, saggy. it looks really sad in my opinion. It looks like a puffer jacket, and I don't want to be using a handbag that looks like a puffer jacket, and I just really don't think it looks luxurious at all. It retails for $4,000, so again, quite expensive for such a slouchy, non-structured, messy looking bag. And I found that a lot of the bags that I don't like from YSL are very like slouchy, carefree in a way, whereas I prefer the more structured look and clean, elegant look of YSL handbags, which I'll get to in my next video. I would not be paying a few $1,000s for these slouchy, messy bags. So the very last bag, as I mentioned, I did have 6 on this list, but the very last bag that I wanted to mention, it's more to do with the style and look of the bag, not so much the bag itself. And it's the mixed matalas. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I don't know how to say that, but it's like that mixed pattern that YSL do with the chevron, the quilting, and they just mash it all into one bag. And the envelope bag or envelope clutch is a classic example. So they do the envelope clutches in a variety of different patterns and colors, and the different patterns are like the chevron pattern, the smooth pattern, and also they have this mixed pattern. So they have the mixture of the quilts and the chevron and the plain leather, and I just think again it looks very messy. I just don't like the look of it. I just don't know where to look, honestly. I just think, is it chevron, is it quilts, is it not, what is it, what's it trying to do? I find that I feel like YSL just had leftover material and they've just used it and mashed it and called it a handbag, called it like a special type of pattern. And yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of that messy look. Again, as I'm like talking about this out loud with you guys, I find that a lot of the bags that I don't like from YSL are the very messy looking, slouchy, casual type of bags. I see YSL as very elegant, very structured, very kind of feminine but edgy style handbag, and I do like that more structured look to the handbags from YSL. So yeah, that's a very interesting revelation that I've just come up with. So yeah, that's my whole list of YSL handbags that I think are really, really ugly and that I think that you should avoid at all costs. Obviously, if you love it, don't let my opinion stop you from purchasing it and enjoying it and wearing it. These are just my opinions and why I will never own these YSL handbags. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be coming up shortly, on all the YSL handbags that I absolutely love. So if you agree with me on these, maybe you'll agree with me on my top picks for the top YSL handbags that you should add to your collection. So stay tuned for that. But until then, take care and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.